Deep space looked like glass. The human envoy ship, Beacon's Reach, slid toward a tall crystal tower that turned slow light into cold rainbows. Old maps called it the Echo Spire. It did not aim guns. It only watched. Captain Ari Chen stood on the bridge. She kept her shoulders level and her voice low. Around her, screens showed the spire from many angles. The ship AI, Signal, spoke in a clean tone. Approach true, no fire. Energy patterns suggest communication first. A soft tone touched the hull, thin as a breath on skin. Then a voice followed, smooth and sharp. Humans, it said. First contact. Last warning. Leave the spiral arm. Sana Iqbal, the linguist, leaned closer to her console. Glyphs crawled over the spire's skin like bright knots. They shifted when the voice rose or fell. Meaning lives in tone, she said. If the voice hears fear, a simple no becomes a promise to obey. Gabe Ortiz, Marine Sergeant, checked his team at the airlock. Gloves tight, visors clear, no loud talk, no sudden moves. He watched the crew breathe. New dots bloomed on the forward screen. The spire released a crown of tiny lights. They spread around the ship like fireflies tied by hair-thin lines. Signal marked them with an amber ring. Witness array. It reads heart rate, breath, throat strain, the AI said. It builds a compliance score. Low courage equals safe to seize. Ari did not blink. We will not be graded by a machine. Keep calm. Keep clear. The spire spoke again. Prove harmlessness. Power down. Lower optics. State submission. The knots on its skin stretched into a careful smile. Sana kept her voice soft. If we say we do not submit with a shaking tone, they record soft surrender. The grammar punishes refusal. Then we remove fear from the words, Ari said. Sana built a quick tool on her console. Mirror tone. It listened to the spire's note and sent back the same pitch, flat and steady like a clean bell. Signal linked it to the ship's speakers and to every suit mic. The witness array pushed pressure into the hull. It was not a weapon. It was a feeling. A push to hurry the breath, to tighten the throat. Hands wanted to shake. Eyes wanted to blink too much. Sana breathed slow and counted. Anchor breath, she said. In for 4, hold 4. Out for 4, repeat. The bridge followed. In, hold, out. The pulse lines on the screen smoothed. The mirror tone met the pressure wave and looped it back. Signal showed the score pause, then dropped by a point. Ari opened an old human file. Boundary Charter. The first page had 4 simple lines. We speak. We listen. We help. We keep our borders. Parley Shield, she asked without looking away. Quiet and ready, Signal said. A thin field formed close to the hull, clear as still air. It did not strike. It only stood there. Gabe tagged 3 likely entry points where the array could try a soft latch. He set door control only. If the door thought about opening, it would shut again. No noise. No drama. The array brightened, dimmed, brightened again. It sang a small chord. Verdict, the spire's voice said. Humans found compliant. Long chains of light unrolled from the tower. They crossed space like slow ribbons in water. They reached for Beacon's Reach with a gentle touch that did not ask. Ari stepped to the mic. Her tone was level, almost quiet. Record this, she said. First contact acknowledged. This is our last warning. Signal routed her words through the charter and through mirror tone. The line left the ship like a silver nail. It hit the nearest chain. The chain cracked with a clean sound. Cracks ran along the links, then burst into fine dust. The next chain failed, then the next. Light fell like soft snow and went dark. The witness array flashed hard with surprise. Its threads twisted, untwisted, tried to settle, could not. For one long heartbeat, the spire did not know which rule to apply. No one on the bridge cheered. They held their breath steady and watched. Ari spoke again, the same calm way. We will enter, she said. We will speak plain. We will not be taken. The Echo Spire answered by opening a dark, clean door in its side. The edges glowed the color of ice. Gravity inside shifted like a slow tide. Beacon's Reach turned its nose to the gap. Engines whispered. Lights stayed low. The crew kept anchor breath. The mirror tone held in the walls like a quiet spine. They moved toward the door that waited, and the spire watched them come. Beacon's Reach slipped through the dark door. The walls of the Echo Spire were clear like ice, but they sang like thin glass. Gravity moved in slow waves, as if the room breathed. Captain Ari Chen stood tall on the ramp. Sana Iqbal walked at her side, slate in hand. Gabe Ortiz led the Marines, quiet and sharp. The ship AI, Signal, watched through every camera and every mic. Lights rose. A round chamber opened wide and high. Tiers of alien witnesses sat in pale seats. In the air, a crown of sparks floated, the witness array, still linked to the tower by hair-thin lines. A figure stepped from a veil of light. Warden Calix of the Helix Assembly. His face was calm. His eyes were hard. "Humans," he said. "First contact. Last warning. Bend your light. Give the oath. Travel will be safe if you are compliant." Sana studied the symbols that flowed across the air like knots. "Hidden clauses," she whispered. "Tone holds law." Ari lifted her chin. "We speak, we listen. We keep our borders," she said, simple and flat. The array hummed. It tasted her breath and counted her heart. It did not like the even tone. Its score paused. "Begin plain speech protocol," Ari said. Signal shifted the mics. It trimmed every word to short sentences. No blame, no plea. Only facts. The hall lights flickered once, as if the spire did not enjoy thin, clean lines. Calix smiled without warmth. "Your words are cold," he said. "Then we will weigh you by paper." He opened a screen. Twisting helix knots formed a long sentence. "Say this oath. Your routes will be watched. Your engines will obey." Sana's eyes narrowed. "There," she said, tapping the air. "Hidden tie. If we speak this, Helix gets custody of human roads." "Show it," Ari said. Signal fired a soft truth pulse, a wash of light that pulled tone out of meaning. The oath's pretty knots flattened. In small gray letters beneath, the clause appeared. Custody. Helix control of routes, engines, and traffic. Murmurs spread across the tiers. The array split a thread and tried to hide the line again. Truth Pulse held it visible like a stain. Calix did not blink. "Then actions, not words," he said. "Open archive scars. Screens around the hall showed human wars. Burning cities. Broken ships. Hard faces." The array's threads glowed warmer. It tasted fear in the crowd and licked at it. Ari did not raise her voice. "Open balance log," she said. New screens came alive. Rescue flotillas. Vaccines to cold worlds. Famine relief ships. A corridor built at risk to save strangers. Names, timestamps, receipts. The array wavered. Two verdicts fought inside its light. Danger and mercy. Pride and boundary. Calix's hand twitched. "Enough," he said. The floor hummed. Invisible rings wrapped the Marines. Grip fields. Armor locks clenched. Gabe felt his joints freeze. "Do not fight," Gabe told his team. His voice stayed even. "We hold." Sana kept reading the walls. Tiny vents in the cornice. Sweet smell. "Obedience fog," she breathed. "It dulls will." Gabe's jaw flexed. He dropped a small tin down his sleeve. Bitter tabs slid into his palm. He passed them hand to hand. "Chew," he murmured. "Stay with me." Calix spread his fingers. "Civility first. Submit your engines. Bow your optics. Speak the oath." The array sang a low tone that pressed on throats. Ari did not move. "Anchor breath," she said for her people. "In 4. Hold 4. Out 4." Signal layered mirror tone under the room's pressure. The two notes tangled. The push lost shape. Sana leaned to her mic. "Let them see our border," she said. A wall of the spire turned clear. Outside, a human aid fleet waited under a soft arc of light. The Parley shield. Docks extended. Crates moved. No guns. Food and water flowed to small waiting ships from other species. No payment asked. No names taken. The hall grew quiet. The array dimmed one line marked danger and brightened another marked defend. Its crown flickered like a thought trying to land. Calix's jaw hardened. He tapped his wrist. A tight chime rang through the spire. "Harmony net!" Signal warned. It scores emotion as threat. If we sound strong, they call us dangerous compliant and take the ship. Ari's eyes did not leave Calix. "Steel voice," she said. Her next line came like clean metal. "We help, we defend, we choose." The array tried to climb on that line and fail. It could not find fear to latch. Calix cut his hand through the air. "Judgment, seize engines." Beacon's reach shuddered. On Signal's board, power bars fell one by one like lights in a long hall going dark. Thrusters idled. Heat sinks locked. The ship went heavy and still. "Counter?" Ari asked, calm. "Mapping net nodes," Signal said. "They hide under the singing floor." "I can hear 3. I need 10 seconds to hear more." The witness array turned all its threads toward the humans. The crown brightened. Record, the spire's voice said. Humans found compliant and safe to bind. Memory will be kept. Signal's tone dropped by one shade. Alert, it said. Silence Arc is priming to rewrite today's record across Helix streams. Timer 60 seconds. Gabe's teeth closed on the bitter tab. Sana's fingers went white on the slate. Ari did not blink. Then we work fast, she said. Hold breath. Hold line. The hall lights narrowed to thin spears. Power bled. The array leaned close like a bright crown ready to close. The hall narrowed to bright spears of light. The witness array hung above the humans like a crown of sparks. The floor sang a thin, steady note. Harmony Net wrapped the chamber in a soft cage. Silence Arc ticked toward erase. 57 signal spoke inside helmets and ship mics only. Calm, precise. Net nodes hide under the singing floor. I hear 3 for sure. Likely 7 more. Captain Ari Chen did not blink. We cut the net. We keep the record. Sana Iqbal pressed 2 fingers to her throat. Counter note, she said. She hummed a simple tone. Low even, no tremble. Signal caught it, cleaned it, and sent it back across the floor as a thin wave. The floor's song wobbled. 54 Warden. Calyx lifted a hand. Increased civility pressure. The air sweetened. The obedience fog grew thicker, like warm sugar in the lungs. Gabe Ortiz rolled a tiny tin into his palm. Bitter tabs slid out. He passed them along the line with a nod. Chew, he said. Stay with me. Helmets clicked. Faces steadied. No one turned away. Signal marked the first node. A faint bright ring under the floor. Left of the dais, it said. 1 plate down. Gabe's team moved. No shooting. No shouting. A quiet charge popped like a soft cough. A floor plate lifted a thumb's height. Cold air breathed out. The node's light trembled. Sana held the counter note true. Signal added a second voice, mirror tone, flat and steady. 2 clean lines crossed the room and tangled the Harmony Net's rhythm. 47 Calex's mouth did not smile, but his eyes did. He flicked 2 fingers. Guards moved on civilians at the lower tier. A thin whip of sound snapped, glass lash. The crowd flinched. A small Helix child stepped into its path without seeing. Gabe moved fast, body low. The lash struck his chest plate and shivered across the armor. He took 1 short breath. He stood. He did not speak. The array flared a new mark. Courage. A thread labeled threat, dimmed by a shade. 44 signal. Second node is under aisle 4. 2 plates. Another soft pop. Metal rose. Wires sang. The counter node slid through the gap and cut a knot. The hall's pressure eased by a hair. Sana's voice stayed calm. Hold your breath steady. Count 4. Let the fear leave your mouth closed. Ari faced the tears, not Calyx. We brought food and water, she said even and plain. We will hand them with open palms. We do not trade fear. Screens in the upper seats blinked. Live feeds showed Parley Shield docks outside. Crates moving, water flowing, no weapons. The crowd's breath evened. E40 Calyx hissed, very soft. He reached to his sleeve. The witness array pulsed low, like a cat ready to strike. Signal's tone sharpened. Third node under center star glyph. Deep bolt. Need 10 seconds. Take 8, Ari said. Gabe dropped to a knee. A compact wrench turned. A pin clicked free. The plate came up. The node glowed white-blue like an eye. Sana's counter note leaned into it. You have 36. The Harmony Net shuddered. Threads went slack in 3 places. People on the tiers straightened without meaning to. Some looked surprised to find they were standing taller. Calyx snapped. Seal the mics. Start the lash, full strength. 2 guards hesitated. Cameras were on. The hall heard every order. The guards lowered their hands. 33 signal whispered, warm with focus. 4 more nodes traced. I can't reach them all from here. I can flip the net without touching all if I build a second tone. I need a paired blade. Sana nodded. Do it. Name it. Ari said. Scissor key, Signal replied. 30. The AI braided mirror tone and counter note into a quiet crossing shape. It sent the pair along the floor, up the columns, and into the ceiling ribs. The tones met, slid, and bit. The room's song tore down the middle. Harmony Net failed. Power bars on Beacon's reach ticked up one by one, green grains across a dark board. The witness array flashed white, then steadied. It lost the easy lever on human voices. It had to read words now, not fear. 27 Kalex moved. A short blade slid into his palm. He stepped toward Ari with smooth feet and a clean line. No shout, no show. Gabe saw the step. He cut left and came back in, quick and simple. The blade hit his forearm plate and slid. His other hand closed, turned, took the weapon. He did not punch, he held. He bound. Ari did not step back. She looked at Kalex. We help, we defend. We choose, she said again, almost a whisper. The array marked it. Intent. Defend, plus consent. 24. Engines at 10%, signal said. Thrusters free, shield up. Arc still priming. Sana's slate flashed a new pattern. The arc writes to many memory streams at once, she said. It will paint apologies into our mouths after the hearing. Ari's voice stayed level. Then we make truth louder. 21. On the outer hull, Beacon's reach bled a thin thread of light to small satellites, to free libraries, to old-school servers that kept honest hours. Signal named them anchor lines and started to stitch. But the Ark's timers ran like water. Ryu point 19 Kalex strained against the bind. This is order, he hissed. This is peace. Ari's eyes were calm. This is a leash, she answered. We do not wear it. The hall heard the line. So did docks, ships, and quiet homes on the feed. A murmur like wind moved through the tiers. 16 signal. Arc at pre-fire. It will try to flood the hall first. Then the ports. Then the home feeds. Gabe tightened the bind. He looked to Ari and then to the tiers. He said nothing. He did not need to. Sana lifted her chin. All stations, she said, simple and clear. Repeat these words in plain tone. We stand. We speak facts. We keep our borders. Voices rose, low and even. Not chant, not yell. Stone after stone. The witness array hesitated, then aligned with the crowd. Its crown burned steady and bright. Kino Kalex watched it and understood. He looked smaller. He looked tired. He did not smile. Signal, Ari said. What do we still need? One more blade, the AI said. Scissor key can cut, but the arc writes with another hand. I need a mirror. Ari's answer came without pause. Use the Parley shield. 9 signal turned the shield into a clear wall and a clean ear. When the arc's first erase wave came, the shield caught it and threw it back into the arc's own inputs. Receipts appeared on wall screens. Source, Helix, Silence Arc, inserted apology. The crowd saw the fraud in real time. The arc, confused, looped. It tried to write over its own right. Logs went hot. Audit lights turned from green to red across Helix consoles. A junior operator lifted both hands and stepped back from the board. Aero 5 power on Beacon's reach climbed to 20%. The ship could move. The people could speak. The record could hold. Ari looked at Kalex, then at the tiers, then at the cameras, then at the glowing crown. We keep our border, she said. We keep our word. We keep this day. Chi 03, the witness array, made its choice. It posted a simple line above the dais, bright and plain. Verdict. No seizure under Harmony Net. Records open. 02 Kalex closed his eyes. 01 Signal's voice stayed calm. Arc has one more path. Core burst. It can still drown the hall. Ari lifted her hand. Then we give them the last warning, she said. Sector-wide. The feeds opened wider. The shield sang. The engines breathed. The hall held its breath. The witness array glowed steady. The feeds were open. The people stood. Signal said one more line, calm and clear. The silence arc has a last path. Core burst can still drown today. A soft timer appeared on every wall. 0030. Captain Ari Chen did not blink. We keep the record, she said. We keep our border. Sana Iqbal lifted her slate. I hear the path, she whispered. The arc sends a deep tone through hidden pipes under the dais. It writes shame into memory. It will push sorry over our words. Gabe Ortiz checked his team. Armor locked, line steady, no guns up. No panic, 027 signal. 3 core pipes. They sit under the singing floor. If we break tone at 2 points, the third will fail. Ari's voice stayed even. Do it. Sana pressed 2 fingers to her throat. She began the counter note again. Low, simple, no tremble. Signal split it into a pair and crossed it with mirror tone. The AI spoke once. Scissor key. Phase 2. The floor's song tore along a thin seam. 24, Warden. Calyx watched, bound at the wrist. His face was calm. His eyes were not. He turned to the staff rail. Seal feeds, he ordered. Begin lash. 2 Helix guards looked at the cameras. They did not move. One said very soft, "Open mic, sir." .21 signal marked the first pipe. Under the center star, it said. 1 plate down, Gabe knelt. A quiet charge popped. The plate rose a finger's width. Cold air climbed out. A pale tube pulsed below, full of false tone. Sana leaned the counter note into it. The pulse stuttered, a murmur went through the tiers. People felt the pressure ease by a hair. 18 signal. Second pipe under aisle 2. 2 plates, Gabe's team slid left. Another small pop. A plate came free. The pipe shone like wet glass. The scissor key cut across it. The tone frayed. Calyx raised his chin. "You stand against order," he said. Ari faced the crowd, not him. "We stand for consent," she said, plain and level. "We help, we defend, we choose." The array wrote the line above her head. Intent. Defend plus consent. 15 signal. Third pipe. Deeper. Under the dais hub. Hinges locked. Gabe looked once at Ari. She nodded once. He slid a compact wrench under the lip and turned. A buried pin clicked. The plate lifted. Heat brushed his face. Sana's voice did not rise. "Hold breath. In 4. Hold 4. Out 4. The hall followed. Anchor breath moved like a tide. The Harmony net tried to wake, found no grip, and went still. The obedience fog thinned. The crowd stood taller without meaning to. From the outer ports, screens showed the Parley Shield docks again. Human crates moved to alien hands. Water, protein, medicine, no names taken. No coin asked. Dromite 10 signal spoke fast. "I can break the last pipe with tone alone, but the Ark will still try to write through off-site mirrors. I need anchor lines to hold truth." "Take them," Ari said. Threads of light ran from Beacon's Reach to free libraries, school servers, union boards, old satellites that no one bothered to control. Signal named these paths, anchor lines, and stitched the hearing to them all. Oat Calyx pulled once against the bind. He did not get free. He looked at the array, then at the people, then at the open screens. He saw children watching. He saw workers watching. He saw guards not moving. He said nothing. Go 7. "Now," Ari said. Signal drove the scissor key into the last pipe. The floor sang high, then snapped. The core tone failed. The silence arc tried to jump to mirrors. The Parley Shield stood like clear glass and threw the wave back. Receipts bloomed on the walls. Source: Helix Silence Arc. Inserted apology. Rejected. 0.5. The arc looped on itself. Audit lights went red across Helix consoles. One junior operator took his hands off the board and showed them to the room, empty and open. 3 or 4 power bars on Beacon's Reach climbed. 10%. 15. 20. The ship breathed again. 003. The witness array posted a new line. Bright as a blade. Law. No seizure undertone. No memory edit on open mics. Ari turned at last to Calyx. "Warden," she said. "Give your order." He held her eyes. He looked at the feed lights. His lips were thin. Then he spoke very clear. "Stand down. Open the halls." And the Ark. The hall heard it. The feeds heard it. The array recorded it. The Ark went dark. 301 silence. Clean and wide. Then breath. Released. Ari lifted her chin. "Boundary Charter, Article 1, she said, for the record, for the sector. We help freely. We defend clearly. We do not kneel." She looked to Sana. Roots. Sana's hands moved. The spire's ceiling opened like a map. Bright roads drew themselves in the air, safe corridors that curved around homes and farms and quiet moons. Signal named the pattern Orchard Protocol. Each road was a branch. Each branch was free. "These routes are open," Ari said. "They are outside Helix seizure. If you touch them with chains, they close to you. If you harm civilians, we return, with more ships and more cameras." It was not a shout. It was a door. On the tiers, some Helix looked down. Some looked up. A few looked relieved. A few looked angry. Most looked tired. In homes and ports and small ships, people nodded to themselves. Gabe loosened the bind and set Calyx's blade on the glass. He did not kick it away. He did not take it. "Keep it," he said quiet. "Use it as a tool, not a leash." Calyx did not answer. He stared at the blade. He seemed smaller now and older, the gates around the hall unlocked. The politeness fields dropped. The obedience fog was gone. The parley shield dimmed to a soft glow and held like a promise. Outside, aid crates opened. A child drank clean water, then looked up at the ship and smiled with both eyes. On a work screen at Pearl Station, someone typed 3 words in block letters. Fax pass free signal gave the final status. Engines green. Anchor line set. Record safe. Array verdict posted. Ari faced the cameras one last time. First contact, she said, calm and clear, is a door both ways. This is our last warning. Beacon's reach turned toward the bright corridors. The convoy formed on the branches of light. The spire watched them go and did not speak. No bows. No sorry. Only steady engines and open roads.